morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are from the manufacturing department of the Star Industry company. Our presentation today, we have three members in my team. First one is me, Khai, Tung, and Hùng Anh. So let's move on to the contents of our presentation. Our presentation divided into five sessions. The first session is background information, interview, the report body, findings, and then we give the recommendation and conclusion for our presentation. And now let's move on to the background information. EG Company is a joint-stock company which has operated in architecture design, interior design, and interior implementation. With over 5 years experience, the EG Company has some potential customers such as Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha, and Toyota. And here is the projects of the EG Company of the Toyota, Suzuki, and Honda. Based on the important factor of the communication and the communication challenge, so we conduct an interview with the director of the manufacturing department of EG Company, Mr. Lê Huy Hoàng. So let's move on to the next part, to the market analysis. So let's move to the next part. This part we analyze the market and provide some opportunities and challenge for the interior design industry. The first one is the Vietnam has witnessed a rapid growth since the Middle Age. Also, it has the young population, political stability, unique geography position. So all of the conditions bring the significant business opportunities for the interior design industry. Another important factor that affects the industry is that the rising income, urbanization, also to a remarkable impact upon as the people get wealthier and they tend to spend more on the luxury product. One of those is the interior design industry. The next one is the interior design industry has become more professional, even though there are many foreign countries come to Vietnam and there are plenty of the opportunities for the domestic company because they think that the domestic company design, they can bring the suitable with the Vietnamese market. And the interior design industry has made the top 10 export industry in Vietnam. So to be conclude, the interior design industry is new and changing. Therefore, they bring a lot of opportunities and challenge. Now we will move on to the next part.
Now let's move to the finding for the communication conflict. We know that the communication is the most important base for the pupil development. And in the business environment, the communication also play an indispensable role. And as in the interview, we discussed with the Mr. Wang, and we can find some internal conflicts and external conflict may occur in the business environment. First, according to the Mr. Wang, the most common communication conflict is the among between the employees and the employers. The problem, the main reason is that the employees always have tendency to be afraid of the boss when they force them to complete the work progress punctually. The employers know the importance of the work progress, so they always urge their employees to do punctually. So they always come to the factory or go directly to check it. Furthermore, Mr. Wang always claims that the employees scared of the boss voice, say of the boss calling to them more than they go directly to the factory. The reason is that they afraid of the boss's voice, and it's difficult for them to explain via the phone. Another conflict in communication occur in the business environment is between the employees and employees. The different working style cause the problem. Some workers like pressure, so they always complete the task close to the deadline and finish at the last minute. However, the other employees have different working styles. That they are careful people, so they always make the obvious working schedule and always complete the mission early before the deadline comes. So so it's difficult for them to work in a group. The conflict occur every day, so they cannot cooperate with each other. For the external conflict, specifically in the manufacturing department, they always have a good relationship with the wholesaler who sell the raw material for them. However, the conflict in commission also occur. The main reason is due to the paying the debt punctually. Commonly in the contract between both sides, the manufacturing department do not have to pay the debt immediately when they decide to buy raw material. There is a mutual agreement that the manufacturing department will pay the debt in the specific maturity date in the future. However, in reality, sometimes the department cannot pay the debt punctually due to some reasons, such as the work did not go well in that period, so the sale decreased significantly, so that do not have the money to pay the debt for the wholesaler. Because of that reason, the wholesaler want to remind the department to pay the debt, but they are afraid of losing the relationship with the manufacturing department, so it's difficult for them to communicate with the department. So it's makes the also the big problem. So the big problem between the department and the wholesalers. And now let's move to the recommendation for those problems. Thank you.
Hi. So now I'm going to present about the recommendation part of the present. Okay, in the finding that we have identified three problems. First is the conflict between employer and employee. So in here we have some recommendation for that, because the employer and employee feel like they're distant between them, and they cannot communicate each other because of the difference in the level of understanding and the kind of the workload between them. The boss is so very busy, and the employee is afraid to ask. So we recommend that in order to go to work better, we need to bring them closer. And one way to do that is we need to do some kind of company trip. In the summer, they can go to the beach or go to the mountain or just somewhere to set up a campfire, and we have the barbecue together. It's going to bring every one together, from the boss to the employee. So often in those trips, that people will feel comfortable. They will talk about themselves. People will understand each other more, and the boss will know what the employee think about them. The employee will let the boss know what they think about the work at the workplace. And between employee, they also gotta feel like they form a bond together. They will do work. They will perform the work better. They will understand each other more, of course. In here we see image of the company trip and also image of the football team. It's normal in Vietnam for the guy at work to often play football. After work, they form a team, they play together, and it's a very in a sport that we connect people very quick. Next one is the external conflict. We have I know about the problem between the manufacturing department and the supplier. It's because they cannot meet the deadline of the payment, or sometimes they afraid of damaging the relationship, so they don't want to ask about the payment. To solve this problem, of course, first of all, they need to communicate, they need to sit down, and they need to talk to each other. And there's a solution to the late payment problem. Is you make a deposit, like you make a half deposit upfront when you receive the raw material, and the other half you will receive it later when when the company will get the profit back. So of course, this is I think the most the easiest solution for this problem. Okay, so let's come to our conclusion that we have identified some basic problem in the communication, and we have been able to recommend some solution to that, and we hope this will help the department to work better in the future. And this is our reference. Thank you very much.